Recording in progress.
Oh boy. Oh, that's intimidating. Hello!
Hey!
Hello.
See if I make my screen bigger.
Hunter.
Hey!
So here.
Hey, Luca! Oh, never mind, they can't hear me yet. Connecting to audio. Did not connect to audio.
Mr. Ballin.
Oh crap, I'm so sorry. The echo, that's totally me. I'll mute myself until because I don't know where my echoes are.
It's okay.
Is that better now? Yep, sure is. Word. You got headphones, Nick? Is that a possibility?
1 second.
Hello.
Hey, brother.
How's it going?
You know, the same.
Nice.
Always happy to see my favorite online friends. I think I've heard everybody except for Luca. You still there?
Hi.
All right.
I like that void.
Void.
They come from the void.
Yeah, hey, you changed it. Nice.
I don't know if I 100% know what y'all mean by that, but since I've heard you guys talk about that, like I have started using that in my speech. So like I don't know if I'm using it the way you guys use it, but like I've started using that. Oh, that's weird. You guys hear an echo on me?
I'm good.
Wait. Okay. Okay, now it disappeared, but before I could hear myself talking like a second after, I was like, oh my goodness. Oh, oops.
So, Luca, where does the void come from? I'll give the floor to you on that one.
Okay. Story
Love this story.
time. Back when I first decided to join band, I had to go meet with Valen for the first time. So I showed up to his science class, computer science classroom, and was like, "Hi, I'm Luca. I want to join your band program, or I'm in your band program for next quarter." And all that. And he was like, "Well, show me what you can do." And I was like, "I can't play instruments, but I can sing." And he was like, "Okay, what do you sing?" And I was like, "I've been wanting to sing Burn from Hamilton." And he like swiftly put it on and I sang it with it. And he was like, right after I finished singing, he was sat there and he's like, "Where have you been this entire time?" And I just replied with The Void. And from that day on, I became the Void Master.
I like that. Is that where this came from?
Yeah, void.
I like
Yeah.
that. I like
Void.
that. I like to join in and do that, but I haven't really known the story behind it. So I'm like, okay, I'm here too. Look at me.
She needed the context.
Exactly. Now I can truthfully do it.
Exactly. Perfect.
And I can vouch for that retelling of the story. That is 100% accurate and exactly as I remember it. Right in that computer lab there.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Is my audio and sound weird now, or is it okay?
Oh, it's good now. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I've had that same problem on laptops where, like, the voice going in comes through the speakers and then loops through everybody's and it just becomes a mess. But if there's headphones, then it's not a problem. Ooh, Beck, what do you have for a snack? Only the best flavor. Yes.
Complete and utter chaos.
Okay, well, let's start of a debrief of the crazy experience we all had yesterday.
It was so good.
It was pretty good, not gonna lie.
It was so good.
It was awesome.
So maybe I'll just give.
Is Haunter just going ASMR on us?
So maybe I'll just give all of you the floor for a second to talk about what it was like to perform in front of an audience for the first time. Some of you ever, and some of you for the first time in 2.5 years. Not 2.5. Let's say 2, rounding down. Especially being previous performers. What was that experience like? What were you feeling? And how did it affect you leading up to the performance? And how did it affect you kind of coming down after?
Well, I was like more nervous the night before than I was actually like when I got there. And then when I got there, I was like, this is gonna be so cool. And I don't know, I feel like my nerves just like went away and I was like really like in the moment. And I think like afterwards it was like this big like, because not only was the concert over, but so was like my obligation to be at that school. So all of a sudden I was like, oh, like that's it, and now I just go. So it was a big like release, but it was also really sad too. But it is what it is. But it was amazing performing. I had so much fun.
That nervousness didn't come across in your performance at all whatsoever. And I was
Okay.
thinking about you a lot, Beck, because I was thinking about myself as like a high school graduate. Like what was it like when I, like, oh my God, 20 more than 20 years ago. It was like
That's not that long.
I might not be crossing these doors again. And the band concerts were kind of like the talisman of that. Like, this is like the pinnacle of my achievements, the thing I care about, and who I identify as, and what I'll be doing going forward. So that last band concert, man, like, I know it's a big deal for people, and I know it was a big deal for you.
Mhm.
But also, it's kind of like, hey, I'm done my formal education. Whatever you choose to do next. Maybe there's more learning for. Of course, there's more learning for everybody always, but maybe this is all for school. I don't know. I'm not in your head, but either way, we're all richer from the experience of you being a Nutana kid.
No, thanks.
Yeah. How come it's? Anybody else want to tap into that? Maybe I'll pick Luca's brain about that, because you with the pandemic kind of robbing you of the experience of a normal high school graduation and all of the experience.
I don't know. I feel like a normal high school graduation for me still would have been me going in cosplay, Balin.
That was awesome.
If we're being honest here,
That was awesome.
I still would have gone in cosplay.
Yes, and I wouldn't have had it any other way. But like, still, like, just I guess from a music student standpoint, like, you did a good portion of your learning online last year, and it was like, to give performances of your hard work to an audience was restricted. It wasn't allowed. And believe me, I fought a bit for that. And there's there's no changing the law. It's like, but what if everyone's vaccinated and everyone is 6 feet apart and we're outside and no, it was just like a constant stream of there's too much risk, don't do it. Yeah, but yeah, like Beck, it's kind of no secret that like yesterday, like Beck was the lead singer of the whole thing, you know, and I mean that as a compliment. Like we relied on you heavily. Had you not been there, it would have been over. There's no way. Same with Hunter too. Had Hunter not been there, I might have been able to convince Lysak, but nobody's learning to sing behave, you know? Anyway, had this been last year, Luca, you would have been the critical link.
Yeah.
Which is...
That's so weird to think about that I was...
Well, that's kind of like the condition of being a lead singer, you know? It's like... Sorry, but if Kurt Cobain's not around, Nirvana's not existing. Just because he's a lead singer. They could replace the bass player, they could replace the drums. Nirvana might not be the greatest metaphor there, but either way, you would have been the same thing. So I'm curious how that felt for you, like being unable to perform like a big part of your identity and a big part of your education, and then finally being able to do it.
Well, honestly, not being able to perform in front of a crowd for the first like bit was actually pretty okay with me.
Oh.
I have very bad stage fright and anxiety when it comes to crowds. So when I was up there singing, I was panicking so much and I was having a panic attack.
Wow.
But I toughed it out.
Tell.
You could not tell because I'm good at masking things.
Yeah, that's... Yeah.
And then I proceeded to go backstage and cry.
Oh, man.
But other than that, I prefer the whole like me sitting behind a camera and singing, I guess, rather than actually performing in front of a crowd. It's just also because I don't like to see people all too much. Like I don't like eye contact all too much when it comes to stuff, and having people's eyes on me wasn't the funnest thing.
Right.
So like it's different when it comes from like to me and like per se dance. With that anxiety, I turn that into adrenaline, which will help me dance more, but I don't move much when I'm singing. I can flail my arms around and that's about it.
You're very animated when you're singing. It is it's really endearing and engaging to the performance.
Body language.
Yeah, you know how to harness that. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. I almost actually broke into tears on stage. That's fun.
Performing is always difficult and complex from all kinds of angles, but I think all those angles are amplified by the fact that we've been isolating ourselves like really heavily over the last 2 years, and it being such a strange thing where now you actually have to put yourself out there, and then the entire school shows up, plus a bunch of alumni who have been in your shoes in the before times.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Mike, like I started to lose my shit a little bit, for lack of a better word. Like at the start, there was like 20 people. I'm like, all right, that'll do. And then there was
people
just
kept coming, and I was like, oh god.
Yeah, I think 110, and not like 110 people that were just kind of like there and not listening. Like they were sitting and watching, and they were captured.
They were. I was standing there, and I made eye contact with like 12 different people, and I was like, oh god, just look up, look at the ceiling, everything's fine.
Yeah. And we didn't even have. Sorry, I'll take the spotlight off. We didn't even
Thank you.
have. Wait, hold on a second here. How do I do this? Gallery. There we go. We didn't even have the stage lights on. I was thinking like that might be too much if we put the stage lights on and turn the house lights off, because then.
But then I wouldn't have been able to see the crowd, and I would have been fine.
Yes, but the thing with stage lights is you also can't see your music.
Mhm.
You can't see
Joke's on
lyrics.
you. I didn't need the lyrics.
And I didn't. Well,
And
yeah,
I panicked.
maybe not you, because it's we've been doing that one for a long time. But people who have to read lyrics, you just can't see anything. And we weren't rehearsing like that, so I thought it was the smart move to just keep house lights on. I know it doesn't look as good, but whatever. Okay, next up, Hunter.
Up.
You've got a unique perspective here because you are by far, and I mean this only objectively with statistics, the most consistent and versatile contributor to this program. Even in the before pandemic stuff. Like you've been at Nutana since you were 15, right?
Yeah, around 15.
15, and you just turned.
15, I think.
Yeah. So you've been here for a minute. Before pandemic, during pandemic, perhaps if we could call it after pandemic now. But we
Yeah,
used
most
to put
likely.
on, I guess so. We used to put on shows that were at a venue at night where people like secured spots, and where there was a sound check in the afternoon. And it's a new venue, and there's lights, and there's you've been at those things. Beck, you've played them too. Nick, you've played them. Eman and Luca, you never did. But your feedback sought, Hunter, because you have the most informed opinion here, I think, as a multi-instrumentalist and a longtime contributor. What if we didn't do those night performances at the Academy anymore and we just did these?
I don't know.
I sense your body language says, I liked those performances. I don't know if I would get rid of them.
No, I wouldn't get rid of them.
And I'm not suggesting getting rid of them. I'm suggesting that is it a viable alternative?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Okay, I'm not framing it right. What if we did the shows at Nutana at night and not at like an outside venue?
Oh yeah, then yeah, it'd be a bit different, I guess. I wouldn't really know. It'd feel about the same for me, to be honest.
Do you think having it at night would make a difference? Are there more people would be able to attend?
Probably not at the same time.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. What if we did one during the afternoon and then one at night?
Then that would be even more fun. Be awesome.
Then we'd get the school. So if you guys weren't aware of this, when we do the shows at night, there have been, hold on, I might have to round this number up or down a little bit, but this many staff members that have ever showed up to it, 0, ever. And the shows have always been fun. Like people are inviting their family and their friends and like some community members and stuff like that. But 0 school people. And I'm not saying they're ignoring us. I'm saying it's not possible because they've got families and stuff to do on a Saturday night. So like this was outside of the one where we did when Nutana turned 100 years old, and then we rededicated the park outside. There was probably like 600 at that one. There were some pretty big shows, but they were very special occasions. But just shows for the band program, there were like maybe at those night shows 40, maybe, which is a decent size, but we had 110. what if we did one during the day at like, whatever we did, and then kept the gear set up and then did one at night on the same day?
Are you asking me that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh fuck. Yeah. That I think that would be a pretty good idea. I mean, I don't think it would have been it wouldn't be too bad,
I think it would. But I guess I'm asking you for your opinion as a performer. Like, how drained are you after one show?
Well,
can I do a second one?
I'd be able to. I mean, I don't know about other people, but I'm like a very hyperactive person, so anything for a second show type of thing, So. Oh no, I should have said it that way. Ooh.
No, I understand what you meant. Like, Hunter, you're a tank. Like, you've got amazing stamina. This is now a group question. Like, if I were to orient this thing going forwards, instead of moving a bunch of gear and requiring rides and like pick up and yuck, what if we just did it at the school once in the afternoon, once a night? Anybody?
I agree. If I can show up more, yes.
I agree too.
Yes.
If I can occupy my own brain, I'd be happy with that.
Cool. All right. Sorry, that was a really long one. Next, Emmanuel. Thoughts, feelings, concerns, cries for help.
For me though, not really a lot, considering I'm a piano player. It's more like in the background sort of thing.
Piano gang.
Yep.
Right. Always in the background. There are big calculators.
It's pretty much fit more of like a soloist sort of thing.
Right. Yeah.
But for me though, really no concerns. My case, yeah.
Cool. I did want to address one thing there. Like, you had to pull out of doing the background piano stuff, which at the time I was disappointed in it because like you're a great player and I wanted to have the opportunity to showcase you.
Yeah.
But I also don't want to ask somebody to do something that they're either not interested or not able to follow through with. And at the time I was disappointed because you deserve the stage time because I know you've been practicing really hard. But as it turns out, with how the audience shaped up, all of a sudden there was 100 people there.
Yeah.
And they needed their attention to be grabbed by something loud and punchy. And I was like, hey, Lysak, we all of a sudden have a bajillion people here. And the solo piano guy who's supposed to start it off. Like, people are supposed to, like, kind of slowly filter in, and then there's background piano, and they look at the art, and they grab a coffee and a cupcake and, talk and shit. But then it was all of a sudden, everyone all at once, I was like, oh, they wouldn't have even listened to you, even if you were, like, Keith Jarrett, So it kind of worked out better. Nicole, what do we say when things work out? No matter what?
Þetta Reddast.
Þetta Reddast. It means you have no control over the universe. Follow your instincts and try not to get mad about it. So it actually worked out a little bit better because with Mitch gaining everybody's attention with his like really awesome performance in the Ukraine flag.
That was amazing.
It was
I love that part too.
It was it was like the right energy. Because he didn't tell me what he was going to perform. I just knew that he had the vibe to and he had the material to just like cover like 10, 15 minutes worth of stuff. So as I asked him originally to do 4 tunes, which I was thinking, that'll be 10 minutes. That's a little bit less than Emmanuel was going to do. That's perfect. But as soon as I saw that at the end of the second tune, he had the crowd's attention, I was like, okay, get the band on right away. Because if we take another 10 minutes and do some soloists, and if we played Behave like right at the start there, we would have lost them. They would have been like, oh, it's going to be a slow show. No, we have to start in with thank you right away. We're going to start with like a fast vibe. And it worked out really, really well. Because then the band didn't have to win the attention of the crowd back. They were just able to go in with it right away. So, long story short, Emmanuel, a bummer that you couldn't be more spotlighted because I know that you've been working hard. And I know as a piano player that most of the time we get ignored.
Yeah.
You know?
The downsides of learning classical, well, through a classical teacher, is I don't remember the music sheet, or I can't play without music sheet.
It's harder to memorize because it's more detail oriented than feeling oriented. So I feel that. We'll work on that, and I appreciate you asking me about it.
Yeah.
But as it turned out, it worked out better because then the band in those first 2 tunes wouldn't have had to win the audience back. So, yeah.
Win-win.
Yeah, win-win. Þetta Reddast. Okay. So, of the 6 of us that are in here, the only person who is... Hold on, I'll take a spotlight off here. The only person who had the opportunity of both playing in the band and watching the show online, Nick, I've looked at a little bit of the live stream, and I have about 20 videos on my phone that I have yet to edit and upload that are better quality than the live stream. Did that live stream, did it work? Was it okay to watch live? I've never even tuned into a live stream myself, so I have no idea if it's even viable.
Oh, honestly, it worked really well. There were a couple times when the when the music itself would get oh wow, I look so dark. Can I like oh, that didn't do anything. There was a couple times in the music where it seemed to get kind of like slower, and then it would speed up a bit, and I was just like, oh, okay, tempo, but like that's what I assumed it was. But then it would also happen when it was talking, so then I was like, oh, it's just a lagging thing. And honestly, it didn't happen too much. It's kind of something where I was like, oh, I noticed it, but it wasn't like a wow, it really takes away from the performance. And it wasn't until somebody was actually talking and then it happened, and I was like, oh, that's just the lagging. That's all that is. But that's the only thing I can think of. Other than that, it was really cool to listen to online, and I was really happy to be able to be a part of it, even though I couldn't actually be there. But yeah, it was.
But you helped us prepare a lot. Like, the last rehearsal that you were at, there was some like really interesting, like positive hyperactive energy that I think other people were able to leech from you a little bit, and that helped that rehearsal go really well. So it all counts.
I'm glad. I just remember that day being like so ADHD and thinking that I was like freaking people out just because my energy was just like.
Bands need that kind of energy.
Well.
People draw from it.
I'm glad.
So, I guess now I'm asking because you're the only person here that has like the insight that you do. What was the part of the show that, in hindsight, from your perspective, maybe don't do it that way?
Oh, that's a hard question. Like I honestly can't think of anything. Like I didn't get the full experience because it was online and there was like a little bit of a lag at some points, but like from what I saw, it honestly seemed really, really great. And it's kind of interesting the way you were talking about like what happened with the audience, because like I didn't get that part of it, but like as you were saying that and kind of like hearing the way the audience was responding, why like playing things in a certain order, it almost seems to ring true, even though I didn't see the audience there, but like I almost kind of felt that kind of energy through the live stream. I don't know if that makes any sense.
No, it does. I tried to give that information to the live stream a couple times by taking the phone and like pointing it towards the audience.
I did see that at one point, yeah.
Right?
it was really cool to see because, like, I'm gonna be honest, like, I didn't think there was like that many people there, and then you were like, oh, I'm just gonna show the audience, and I was like, oh my god,
there's huge, and
so many.
They were recycling different people, like they were there the entire time.
That was really cool.
This is worth mentioning too. Like I thought for sure that when the pizza got there, that we were gonna lose everyone. Everyone's gonna go and have pizza, and then they're gonna like go and consume their nicotine after their meal outside and then never come back. But they didn't.
Yeah.
I thought they were leaving. What they were doing is lining up for pizza out the door and coming back in, and it all worked out. Like I had a bit of I wouldn't call it a panic attack, but it was definitely a spike. Like, oh shit, I just sent our audience away. Damn it. But then they came back up. Or they didn't come back, and they never left in the first place. So, yeah, that worked out really well. I did ask the main office if you wouldn't mind not doing announcements and also turn the bells off. That would be great.
They did one of the two.
They just didn't. They did neither. I don't know whether. I know they're allowed to because I've been at the school long enough. Maybe they just forgot, or maybe I don't know. But
at least I don't think the bell rang like in the middle of any song. Did
no,
it? I know there was.
I didn't plan that because it was just random happenstance. But imagine if that. Remember that I can't remember her name, but it was one of Candace's students who was like telling that super intense story of her life. Imagine if the bell went off during that. Like, come on. Hold on for a second. This is really important. Anyway, so that would be the only thing I changed to make sure you turn the bells off. But yeah, unless you got anything else to add there, Nick, let's maybe move on to the news section.
Yeah, actually, I second the announcements and bells, but yeah, other than that.
Word. Okay. So as I think you guys might know, I'm a bit of a statistics nerd. I like looking at things with objective numbers and then trying to quantify them with like the emotional impact or the emotional kind of like context that those numbers exist in, especially as it relates to music. And I was doing some number crunching recently. Did you guys see that like there's a video I called Meet the Dawn Again, but Better? When we announced that we're going to keep doing the pandemic music stuff and see what's going on. What are you doing, Luca?
Sorry, my D&D sheets fell out of my sketchbook, and then I realized I have to add my the mushroom cup my character got from last week. So
we need to talk about Dungeons and Dragons later, by the way, buddy. Yes. Okay. So I made that video and I compiled like previous year's output to the pandemic year's output, and then like decided we're going to stay the course with the kind of music programming that we're doing. And as things evolve, hopefully be able to do performances, and as restrictions lighten or get heavier, do more group things. And as the restrictions came off in, when was that? Like February, I think, something like that. Then we started rehearsing for this thing every Friday. We managed to actually put on a show, and I'm happy to say that nobody in our music program at Nutana was infected with COVID as a result of them participating in the music program. I'm assuming, Nick, that wasn't you, because you weren't even there at that time. And then had you been infectious, you would have infected the rest of us. So,
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that was just an outlier.
No, yeah, I got it from a family member who got it at their place of work. So.
Yeah. It's
That's how I got mine too.
Being married to a teacher, I never got it. I can't believe it because it doesn't make any sense. Knock on wood. But it makes no sense, but it just shows you how infectious this damn thing is. But I'm proud to say that at Nutana, since the start of the pandemic, nobody has caught COVID from music programming, which is fantastic. I attribute that to nothing other than luck, and also I've probably eaten more hand sanitizer than drinking water in the last years. And I've been cleaning every surface ever, and once a month taking the filters out of the microphones and giving them a spray with hand sanitizer, and then letting them dry over the weekend. And headphones and keyboards and the whole, like, I'm cleaning everything all the goddamn time. Anyway, so an interesting statistic that came up recently was how many Zoom meetings have we done since the start of the pandemic? Does anybody want to take a guess at that?
Like us specifically, or just like?
No, me delivering them.
Okay. Like well over 100.
I want to say like 700.
700?
I want to say like 600 or yeah, I don't know.
Actually, I want to change my answer. 734.
734.
That's a funky number.
Hold on a second. I'm just looking in the file where I wrote this down to get the right number. Keep on guessing. Keep on talking about it. Give this old man brain a second to.
352.
874.
3.
That's the number.
There we go. All right. But to put it on the screen here, I'll share it so you can see.
That's 600, I'm gonna say.
Damn!
Oh my god! Okay.
That's so many.
Oh dang!
Holy.
So some of those are a little skewed. That number's a little skewed because at the start of the pandemic, it was all day, every day.
Mm.
And then last year, it was every evening.
Except for Fridays.
Except
and
for
the
Fridays.
weekend.
Plus days where I was staying home with my kids because they had a close contact notification, and then I just did Zoom that day. And then sometimes people would show up for meetings late, and then I'd restart them just because I knew they needed to submit evidence and stuff like that. So I'm counting every time I started up Zoom, not counting staff meetings, just for the music class since the start of the pandemic. So that's a lot. So that kind of started, I looked at that, and then I looked at how the pandemic is going and how things are kind of evolving throughout it. And how my family is reacting to, husband and dad is unavailable for for the first year, every weeknight except for Fridays. And how this year I've been unavailable every other weeknight, which limits the activities that my spouse and I can do together. It limits the activities that I can put my kids in, and most importantly, just limits my ability to be a present father at all. And that's having some consequences on this. So this is, not necessarily for public knowledge, but I have a daughter who is beginning to show the signs of what I believe is ADHD and a potential longer kind of like suffering with neurodivergency. Some of that's manifesting in just prolonged screaming, and you guys haven't had to sort of like hear any of that beyond some stomping and whatever, but like there are many times where my time off work is just spent being like punched and bit and screamed at by a little kid who can't control herself and is too young to be seriously diagnosed with anything, and certainly too young, medicated. So the only thing her parents can do is just be present and try to be as patient as possible. So with these Zoom meetings, luckily I have a spouse who is awesome and is full on board with being a great parent. And I've been asking her for the last 2 years, to, by the way, you're just doing all of the evening stuff with the kids, especially when they're out of gas. And the screaming and the hitting and the biting gets kind of like, because as soon as they get tired, they start to act out, especially the little one. So it's with that in mind that my family life is a little unbalanced because I'm still working from home. And also there's more opportunities to do music stuff that isn't on Zoom, and opportunities to put my kids in activities now that they're all fully vaccinated, and also potentially, like have a social life myself, and for my spouse to have a social life, and for me to potentially become a performer again. There used to be a thing where like my band would rehearse once a week and then we'd do a show once every 2 weeks or so, or I'd be hired to play a wedding or whatever. Now that those opportunities are coming back, the smartest and most prudent path forward for everybody involved is for us to convert this Zoom meeting time into in-person learning somehow. So this was a real long way of saying this is the last Zoom meeting. Everybody hear that a little bit? Which is kind of sort of why I wanted Luca to join, because they've been involved in every freaking Zoom meeting except for this year. Right?
Oh no.
So the question is, what's it going to be replaced with? And to make the schedule still a viable schedule, what'll happen is that on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I have that beginner guitar section that's with the Afghan refugee students who are just starting to learn music. Although you guys heard Farhang sing the other day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. So she's not the only person in that class who can do that. She was just
There's like five.
I think,
Bunch of them? Five.
Pardon?
There's like 5 of them, right? 5, 7?
7.
Yeah.
There are more in our building, but Farhang was the only one that was like, ready to
Confident enough?
be vulnerable like that and, perform. But there's others who are capable, and I'm working with them. So we're going to do that Monday, Wednesday, Friday in the morning, 9 to 10. So on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we're going to switch the Zoom meeting from the night to the mornings from 9 to 10. And either we can book rehearsals for people that are in the building, or do vinyl corner sessions that are longer. I think that that's a fantastic thing to do in the morning. To grab a coffee, put on some records, talk about music. Because there's nothing we can't do with that hour in the morning that we haven't been doing here. Other than the fact that it's the morning and it sucks because it's the morning. I get it. But it could still be a viable thing to do. So the only thing that's a little bit weird is that when there's a staff meeting in the morning, I'll have to attend those, and then I would have to make up that time in instructional hours. So this might not be the last Zoom meeting ever. I might have to call a couple of them to be able to gather evidence from people from time to time. But it certainly wouldn't be with you 5, because I have more than enough evidence from all of you to last your friggin' lifetime. it would be with like, oh, whoever over there hasn't handed in much this quarter, so let's do a Zoom meeting and see if I can farm some evidence from them. That's what that would be for. And certainly not a regular thing, so I can actually like put my kids to bed on a weeknight for the first time in forever, or go for a walk in the park when it's still nice outside, or take my kid to soccer, or get a babysitter and then go on a date night with my spouse, or go to a rehearsal, and things like that. Now, I think I'm not sensing a huge sense of disappointment other than what Luca did, but I also wanted to acknowledge that I've been asking people to come to these night meetings for a while and either adjust their work schedule or otherwise spend their non-school at-home time looking at a screen, listening to what this Dumbo has to say. You've been extremely generous with your time. And just for the record, I think we've all been extremely generous with our time. But back when the pandemic was at a more raging fire and now is more of a glowing ember, an ember that still needs to be watched carefully, but it's certainly not what it used to be. This was the best option, and now it's not the best option anymore. And it's taken a toll on a lot of people. I mean, like, you all did some level of online learning with classes. Online learning, plain old stinks. Right? It's just objectively is not as good as interacting with a real human being. And you experienced that with the audience last night. We've been playing into a phone or a microphone or a video camera for the last 2 years. And as soon as you get in front of an audience and you feel that real human connection, it's better, period. And I think now that option is available, that this is the way to move forward, is to have more in-person stuff, or at least the opportunity for it. So I don't know, what do you think? How are you reacting to this?
I think it's totally understandable.
Beck's like, I don't care, I graduated, meh.
Well, I mean, technically, yeah, like it's not going to affect me, but it seems like an important choice to make. That I myself in that situation probably have made as well.
Sorry, repeat that, I didn't hear.
It's an important choice to make that me, if I were in your position, I would probably choose as well.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks for understanding. Mm-hmm. To be clear, this is something that administration and I have talked about to make sure that it works for people, because there's still some folks that are scared to come to class, scared to be out in public, which is totally understandable. And we'll still be accommodating them. This does not mean that you can't submit evidence of your learning whenever you do the learning. It just means that I'm going to make myself available to review that learning at times that are more conducive to my family's mental health.
I think it sounds great.
Okay, good. I'm glad. Tell you what, like, I have not missed a scheduled. Well, that's not true. I missed one scheduled Zoom meeting when I had food poisoning a couple weeks ago. That was like the only one, and I have been at this desk in the same chair with the same keyboard. I haven't changed the batteries in this friggin' thing since the start of the pandemic. It's unbelievable. Maybe they're permanent batteries. I don't know. But so, yeah, I've been down here in this room religiously without fail every single time except for one. I guess I shouldn't count that in the main count of the Zoom meeting. 1,000%. Yeah. It's been pretty cool to have an administration team who's like is willing to like allow this flexibility in my life to be able to take care of that stuff. So I guess this kind of is worth mentioning too. So as you know, I'm out of the building every day at about 2:15, and what that allows me to do is drive back to my area of the city, which is about 20 minutes away, and then get my kid from school. Now, normally, all other people would put their kid in what's called an after-school program, and maybe you have been in one yourself. And those are all fine and dandy until you have a whole bunch of unvaccinated kids in them. And there's nothing wrong with unvaccinated children. It's just a risky situation. Where if my kid then gets COVID, then I have to stay home for when there was isolation orders, 10 days in a row. And now I'm legally obligated to stay, and I can't do anything about it, which disrupts your learning even further. So rather than disrupt it by 10 days in a row, more than once in a year, disrupt it by an hour and then put it online at night for that hour to be as continuous as possible. And that's really worked out well. Most of the people on the planet would put their kid on put their kid in the after-school program. So I was trying to get that happening this year, but those programs now, they're still full of children who may or may not be vaccinated, but that's not necessarily the problem. The problem now is that those programs are full, and I couldn't just dump them into that thing mid-year. So that's what it'll be like for the rest of the year. That's it. Questions, comments, concerns, cries for help.
That makes sense.
Makes sense. That's the news. That was the entire thing. So, we spent this whole time talking and not listening to music. What should we play as the very last share screen Zoom meeting tune?
So like, I have a suggestion. I don't know if I want to take up the spot though, if there's only time for one.
What? I usually have like 8 o'clock is officially when I'm done, but it usually goes until like 8:30, and it's not. Last one. So if there's shit we want to listen to, let's get her done.
Okay. In that case, so I don't oftentimes like watch too many music videos, but there's actually this one that my friend was in, and it's called Constance from Spirit Box, and it's very good. It's very well done. So in terms of music videos,
I'm not sure if I'm spelling this right. Constance, like the name of the person. That's my mommy's name, is Constance.
Nice. I didn't put that together that it could be a person's name.
We're doing music videos?
Yes, music videos. Okay, so tell me about this song. This would not be a proper Zoom meeting if I didn't have a bubbly and a stuffy. Right? So
where's your bubbly?
Stuffy.
I need to go get a bubbly, and you need to have a Starbucks, my friend.
Got one right here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get my bubbly and my stuffy, and then I might even actually get my kids to come say hi because they've been wondering forever. Things are like so. 2 minutes. Bubbly, stuffy, children. Nick, in the meantime, tell us about the song.
Oh my goodness.
I'm listening.
Oh man, I don't even know how to. So like, I don't even know what to say. So, instead of talking about the song, I'm gonna talk about the video because I know a bit more about that.
They're about the same thing.
Oh, okay, never mind. Well, so basically, the guy who created and directed. Oh my gosh, it's Winnie! It's Winnie!
Wait, no! Now I want to get.
We need the theme song.
Give me a minute. Give me a minute now.
Wait, Luca, do you have an animal too?
Shoe.
Oh my goodness.
Shoe. They're gonna meet.
Oh man, this means I have to get Yaz, doesn't it? Okay. 1 second here.
I can't get my cat because he might kill me if I pick him up.
I can't get my cat because he'll kill me if I pick him up. I love that.
There is a reason why I have this very deep scar on my wrist
I might grab
because of my
Yaz.
cat.
My shoe.
What is their name?
This is Show, but you
Is
can
it
call
called-
him Shoe.
Shoo! I love that. Okay, I have to grab my small animal too. 1 second here. I'll be right back.
Unfortunately, I have a chonky one.
It's okay,
A very chonky cat.
I also have a very chonky cat. But this one's easier to grab because he sits right in my room, so. I also don't know if my cat's outside or not.
Oh, there's a child.
Well, there's one.
Oh, hello.
Hi!
Perfect. Dr. Evil. Hey, Joni, can you put your pinky to your mouth like this?
Oh my goodness, hello!
1 million.
Oh my goodness!
Dr. Evil reference.
Love
Nice.
that.
Hey, Theodore, come on out of there, please.
Oh
No.
my goodness, this yes, you gotta
Anyway,
scoot your
Theodore,
little
do
boot.
you remember Luca? The void man?
Hi!
Been a minute. I don't think you've ever met Joni before, but this is Joni.
Those are my
Hi.
pants. You just crapped on my pants. Oh my gosh, I'm not on mute. I thought I was on mute.
Whee!
Thank you, Yaz.
Camera, please. This might be my last Zoom meeting for class ever, so I just wanted to bring you down here to say goodbye to everybody and say thank you for taking care of my dad every night of the week.
Thanks for taking care of my dad every night of the week, kind of.
You're welcome. We kept him in line.
What's a bird?
Yeah, this is Yaz.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
This is what I've been doing down here for the last 2 years. You kind of know. You played violin on some of them, but you haven't invited Joni yet. Joni's kind of like an active volcano. Sometimes she explodes. It's hard to tell.
Does your bird fly?
He kind of flutters, but he doesn't really create a lot of lift. He just kind of, like, if you drop him from a high point, like, he's not gonna die. He'll just kind of go.
Oh yeah, so just like soaring.
Yeah.
Hold on. I have to spotlight this now. There's a real bird.
His name is Yaz.
Yaz?
Yaz, like Y-A-Z-Z.
Nice. Oh man, like in Return to Zork. Which I have right here.
Yeah. Which we're not sure if it works.
No, it doesn't. Anyway. Okay, let's move on with the music videos here. So you say goodnight.
Night. Bye.
Can you take your finger out of your mouth and say goodnight?
Night.
Good night.
Good night.
Nice to meet you guys.
Okay. Yeet.
I'm gonna go sleep with my bunny.
And then you can take. I'm gonna keep Bulbasaur until later. Okay.
Okay.
Bye guys. Thank you. Oh, I love the little munchkins so much.
It's
Bulbasaur.
so cute.
I got it. Pineapple Bubba.
Beck
nice.
started a thing. Beck brought out her hamster, and then I brought Shoe out.
You have a lizard.
And yeah, it's a little leopard gecko.
Lovely. His name's Shu.
Well, his name is Sho, but everyone calls him Shu for fun. So.
Right. Okay. I didn't hear anything about Constance, but I'll figure it out. Here we go. Start that again. Jeez. if Little Talk was played by
Sorry, what?
Luca and Manuel, the tune Little Talks. It's about Alzheimer's, right?
Yep.
So
Of course I do.
the same thing, but with just a darker aesthetic. Oh, baby, not working. Can't hear you.
What?
Nope, there you go.
What?
Hello? Oh, the thing's over here. It's by my butt. Yeah. Yeah, maybe I should have given a heads up that you might cry. I know I did when I first.
Yeah, that was very intense. And my mom's name's Constance, and her mom suffered from dementia and Alzheimer's in her later years, so that one's got a connection. I'm going to keep that one, watch that one later. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah. He's the sad boy on the stairs.
Yeah.
How many music videos is Owen in anyway?
Oh, he's been in 2 so far.
Yeah, I saw the other one too.
The Save Me.
Yeah,
Yeah, Beck saw both.
the girl who made it is good friends with Zuri.
Oh, nice.
Zuri Woodley is also friends with Xander Woodley Jetson, who's in London right now, and blah blah.
Oh, cool. I was actually in the other one too. I think I'm the real star. I got a very clear picture of my leg and a very blurry thing of my face. So, who's the real star of this?
If anybody's ever filmed, like, been in a music video before, it, in the traditional sense where it's just like the video is lining up with the playing or whatever, it is hell. Some of the worst experiences of my musical career have been being in music videos. Ugh. Now, that one's a little bit different because it's an art film set to music.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're just like, because you have to like, the song is playing in the background and you have to fake play along with it and not actually make any sound and then be filmed doing it and then do it like 25 times in a row for different angles. It's the worst.
That sounds really annoying.
Yeah.
I sent you one.
Okay. Short palate cleanser. I think I mentioned this at the show the other day, but like making people feel sad with music is really, really easy. Right? Making people feel joy through music is really, really hard, and you usually can't design it. People just tend to feel the joy whenever they want to feel the joy. So this will be the only one I share. This is my final Zoom share ever. I don't even know why I like it, but I experienced joy when I watched it because it makes no sense, none whatsoever. It's this band that's not even playing, and it's not a multi-shot painful experience like I was telling you about. It's just these guys, and there's this French horn player who's just screwing around and like putting the horn on other people's heads and dancing just like he just looks like Jonah Hill, like on all sorts of drugs. And he's just like this.
That's a good look.
Happy little just dancing gnome, and it makes no sense. But it's just like, and they're just tolerating him. But you can tell it wasn't scripted. Like it was just like, hey guys, just go and mess around and see what happens. And it's just funny, and I don't know why, and I can't explain it, but I experienced a lot of joy with it. So this is a massive counterpoint to what you just watched. And then I'll take your suggestions and we'll play the rest of those and call our night. Excuse me, I burped. You guys know the song Happy Together by the Turtles?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't see you love nobody but me. Beautiful melody, beautiful chord progression, great tune. This band later went on to be the backing band for Frank Zappa and the Mothers. Like this was like the prog rock, prog jazz stuff in the 70s, but this is what they were doing first. Anyway, there we go. 1967.
Imagine me and you I do. I think about you day and night. It's only right to think about the girl you love and hold her tight. So happy together. If I should call you up, invest a dime, and you say you belong to me, and use my mind, imagine how the world could be so very fine, so happy together.
You'll notice that like nobody has a patch cord into their instrument. There's no amps.
Yeah.
It's just a shout. And there's also no French horn on the recording, but just watch the dude. It's ridiculous. Oh, sorry.
Imagine me.
This guy.
I do. I think about you day and night. It's only right to think about the girl you love and hold her tight. So happy together. If I should call you up, invest a dime, and you say you belong to me, and use my mind, imagine how the world could be so very fine, so happy together. I can't see me loving nobody but you for all my life. When you're with me, the skies will be blue for all my life. And you and me, no matter how they toss the dice, it had to be. The only one for me is you, and you for me, so happy together. I can't see me loving nobody but you for all my life. When you're with me, the skies will be blue for all my life. Me and you and me, no matter how they toss the dice, it had to be. The only one for me is you, and you for me, so happy together. And you and me, no matter how they toss the dice, it had to be. The only one for me is you, and you for me, so happy together. So happy together. And how is the weather? So happy together. We're happy together. So happy together. We're happy together.
I know it's just dippy, but I think it's such a good vibe from that dude. He's like, there's not even doing anything. There's no French horn on the track. He never plays or pretends to play in the video. And he's
That
the
man
best
is my
part of it.
last brain cell trying to work in the evening.
I was just gonna say, this dude's got like definitely got Voidmaster vibes. Just like bringing the energy, you know, because that whole video sucks unless it's that guy, right?
I love how he did like a step
Yeah.
kick as he's walking down the ramp. He's just like, kick.
Yeah. Oh,
He's having a good old time.
there was I can't. I don't know. One of the comments on that video is like, when you let the record company's CEO's son play in your music video. Something like that. Anyway, okay. What did y'all send me here? I don't know who said this first. Emmanuel sent me one first. Porter Robinson and Medeon Shelter. Of course, you've got to send me an anime thing. Of course, dude.
Yo,
Yes.
this video! This video!
Okay, tell me about this, Emmanuel. I have no idea what I'm in for here.
You have not watched it?
Nope.
Ooh, how should I start this, Nicole? Well, let's just say that the music video is going to be really sad. Yep. Pretty much the world is ending
Avocado toast.
and the girl is in a 3D virtual world in a spaceship. I'm just going to set that as vague as possible. Oh.
Okay. All right. Well, we got like 4 more suggestions here, and it's like 8:15. So let's just press on with it here. But yeah, man, I'm glad you shared, because you have introduced me to so much like anime music over the last year. I've become cultured. I feel the whiteness evaporating from me.
Now you need to know speak Japanglish. We call that
Japan. Naruto.
Yep.
That's all I know. Totoro. I will say I've seen Ponyo about 8 million times because Joni's favorite food is ham. All right, here we go.
だろう。いつからか考えなくなった。考え方。それすら忘れてしまったのかも。変わらない自分だけの世界が、毎日が続いていく。でも寂しくはない。どうってことないんだ。
Oh. This is the tune you guys did.
Yep, that's right.
出が悲しいことだったとしても信じて進んでいくんだ。寂しさを知ってしまってくじけそうになってもあなたのおかげで思い出して強くなれるんだ。一人じゃないってあなたのおかげで。ありがとう。
Wow.
Shit, I didn't remember the ending.
Really?
Yeah, I forgot
That's
about that
easy.
last scene.
Okay, pushing ahead here, otherwise it'll be all night. Lovejoy. Luca, tell me about this.
Hunter's still alive, right?
Oh yeah, he's there. He's
Okay.
got me a suggestion.
Okay.
Hunter is now my sleep paralysis demon. That is it. That is all. Thank you.
I was not expecting that
okay.
because it came from like the left side of your headset. Like, whoa.
I was like, whoa.
Echo. Okay, tell me about Lovejoy here.
They're a band. That's it. They're an indie band, to my knowledge. There's 4 members, if I remember off the top of my head. Wilbur Soot. Thank you.
Of course.
Oh no.
Wilbur Soot. That is all.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Oh no.
Okay, here we go. Lovejoy, is that potentially a reference to The Simpsons? No? Okay, all right.
I lost the passion that comes with living. Since I started university, I took a geography course to learn the date lines and maybe use a sextant. But now I just press facsimiles. And you're exactly who you wanted to be. Well, that's what you said. 'Cause you wanna watch TV and sleep all day and lay in bed, but you're forgetting that I've got to go to work and eat my food and pay my rent and reproduce, then feed those kids and maybe use a sextant. I don't miss you. I miss the thought of what we were. 'Cause this is the part where I shut up and let you infest my brain. Wrap your arms around my cortex, stick you in and let you drain. You'll never get rid of me. Oh, I'm like a fucking disease. I'll make a home in your gut. 'Cause it's somewhere warm to sleep. And what was your thought when you realized you'll never feel naive love again? Was it pain or was it sickness? Were you proud of who you've been? The shine is waiting for his phone calls replaced by apathy and dating apps. You held his hand, it felt like flying. Now he's just another man. He'd rather he was inside than beside you. But he's talking marriage and a future. He's picking a lock he doesn't go into. This knife in a wound, he's a suture.
That's really
super
good.
cool animation and like the colors
That
and
was
stuff. That
cool.
must have been
I like that.
so much work to produce something like that.
Agreed. I mean, the original song I wanted to show was also a sad song, but it didn't have a music video, but that's okay.
Okay. Hunter, what did you send me here? Oh, of course. Slipknot.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it wouldn't be.
Pepsi Zero Sugar, the best tasting zero sugar cola.
Stop. Yeah. Yeah, so this band is bonkers. Like, it's like Halloween cosplay, metal, and pop all at the same time. It's really cool. And turntables and shit. Hunter, you want to say anything about this?
Sure. It's just mostly like a basic song, one of their most basic. What's another one? It's just the lyrics can literally mean anything. The title can mean anything, and it's pretty much just about like what a bunch of humans do when there's crazy music involved. And it's just the music video is just about these guys just rocking out. So
this particular band represented a really interesting like music company executives experiment into how popular can we make dark extreme music. That had never really been tried before. Like, there was always been dark and extreme music, but it exists on the fringes, and they actually, made the commitment to put the dollars behind it to see, like, how famous can we make this? And evidently it worked, because, everybody knows the band Slipknot, and they look ridiculous, but also scary, but they're good musicians. Like, it's not just, like there's art, and hard work and practice and talent involved. Yeah. Thanks for sharing some metal there, Hunter. So we did, I've taught that metal unit 4 times now, and I'll continue to teach it around the Halloween season.
That just makes me want to share I Prevail.
Ah.
Oh my god, I Prevail is amazing!
Thank you.
I'm going to see them at some point. I must.
Seen them twice.
As you probably know, one of my kind of like vendettas is to demystify like the metal community and make it less of a taboo and more of like it's meant to be steel wool for your brain and satire to the entire pop industry, and I'm here for it. It's not supposed to corrupt people. It's supposed to remind them that we are all dark and light at the same time.
You should watch Lords of Chaos with Rory Culkin about the first Norwegian black metal band, Mayhem.
Yeah, Mayhem. So yeah, Mayhem is one of those outliers. I will never bring up Mayhem in a lesson because they don't deserve it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
For the same reason, I won't say the name of the president of the Russian Federation because I'd just do him dignity by repeating his name.
Same kind of. Yeah, it's just a really fascinating film.
It is that I have seen that. That it's not getting into the lesson plans anytime soon or ever.
No.
But yeah. The art form has definitely been used before as like a veil to kind of like my thoughts are not articulated it like someone like Marilyn Manson, for example, who is not even bothering to hide his evil. He's just like a terrible human being.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sorry. Beck, tell us about Palais Royale here. I've never seen this, never heard of it. I have no idea what I'm in for.
Okay, so when I first got to Nutana, I started listening to Palais Royale. They were kind of my introduction into my emo phase. And this song, Dying in a Hot Tub, was kind of the, like, every time I heard it after the first couple of months at Nutana, all I could think of was walking through the halls. It reminds me of the school so much, so I thought it would be a good idea to share for my last thingy here. It's a really good song. I love the video, and yeah, it just reminds me of Nutana.
It's interesting how you can like relate a memory to a time and a place with a song. Of course, you can relate a memory to a time and a place, but how a song can like make you time travel back to it. It's really cool.
Exactly.
Music is magic, man. Making people feel feelings and chemistry in their brain using a sound. It's insane. I love it. Okay, here we go.
I like that.
Yeah, that one reminds me of like that process of like filming a music video where you just have to like repeat and repeat and repeat. And so in that song, whoops, my video's off. In that song, there's 2 guitars, a bass, and drums, and a vocalist. And on that stage, there was a guitarist and a drummer and a vocalist. That was it. You ever notice that? There's no bass player, no second guitar. Bulbasaur says, bass player had the runs that day and couldn't show up, but they filmed it anyway. Okay. Last thing. I know I'm going way over time here, but what? 8,000 messages all at once. Unrelated. Okay. So, Beck. Just wanted to say this in front of everybody. You have been absolutely crushing it this year. Like, and against all odds. Because this whole experience with you being in this class at all started with you skipping Lockwood's math class and just hanging out in the music room. And I probably should have said, no, little elf, go back to class. Just go, because you're not supposed to be here. But you were just sitting in the corner practicing. And part of me was like, no, she's working on something. And then part of me was like, I'm too distracted to be band dad and just yeet you back to the thing. So part of it was me being lazy, and part of it was my belief in the term Þetta Reddast, which means don't do anything and it'll work out. You have no control over this. But then you ended up playing the show and failing that math class, right?
Yep.
And had you not failed that math class, you wouldn't be with us during this semester. You would have been done earlier. And you wouldn't be contributing all the stuff that you've been contributing. And enriching everybody else's experience too. So anyway, after that thing happened, we started making the music program into the lunch hour, and Beck and her sister Sarah, and that whole crew, Emily and Darius and Sel and Oshik and Jace, Jaden, yeah, and oh gosh, who else was in that band? Cairo, Lydia, and Andy.
Caven.
Yep. That was a good group. And there was so much awesome vibes in that particular thing. And we were meeting every day for an hour at lunch, and we ate food together and just kind of we're a band. And then pandemic, and the whole thing went totally shithoused, and it went bonkers. And then we went online, and fast forward to now, we're here. But the people who were signing in to the Zoom meetings every day on that were Lydia, Cairo. Hunter was in that band too. Sorry, Hunter. You're even right here, and I fucking missed you. Sorry. Yeah, Hunter's in that band too. We did War Pigs. Oh, and Taven too.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. um, but the people who were coming to the Zoom meetings were Beck and Emily and Lydia, Cairo. I don't think Sarah ever joined. I don't think so.
No.
Oshik did a couple. Andy did a couple. We recorded that one song. But the most regular people were Lydia, Beck, and Cairo. Yeah. And that was a dark ass time. Like really dark. Like the world's exploding. I don't know what's going on. And all this new input. All of a sudden, like I'm scared for my life. I'm scared for my kids' lives. I'm scared for my students' lives. I'm scared. I'm just scared all the time. But you three showing up on the daily to that thing was really, really important in keeping me a sane person. And I hope it went the other way around too. But what ended up happening is that with all of the pressure to like get marks in and produce stuff and make music and stuff and learn how to record on Zoom and stuff, by the end of June, I was completely burnt out. Completely burnt out. Like nothing left in the tank. I'm having panic attacks. I'm on new meds. And I'm absolutely, completely a shell of a human being. And it was at that point where Beck started to want to do more stuff. And you were capable of doing more, and I was not capable of doing it. And I'm fully guilty of this, and I acknowledge this. I totally ghosted you. Totally ghosted. She was like, when was the next meeting? How can I have a new song? And I have to turn it off. I can't do it anymore. I can't do anything. It's not that I didn't care. It's that I can't engage anymore. And I do deeply regret that, but I didn't have another choice. I did not. There was way too much crazy. Plus, I'm locked in the house with the kids. And like, don't go to the playground across the street because you might get COVID from the monkey bars. Maybe that's true. I don't know. Either way, it was bananas time. And then I saw your name on the course list at the start of the next year. And I was like, oh, good. She doesn't hate me. She's coming back. We're going to do more music. Hooray. And we tried that Keaton Heston song.
Keaton Henson, yeah.
Henson. And I don't really know what happened with that, but I remember you texting me and said like, yeah, it turns out going to school during a pandemic is a mistake.
Yeah, and then I hate it.
I was like, take the time you need, man. I know shit's hard. I don't do what you got to do. And I was disappointed because I love working for you. I was thinking like, well, I don't know, maybe that's it. But I see Sarah around the building. Maybe Beck will follow suit a little bit later. I don't know. We'll see what's up. And then you ended up not coming back for that entire year.
Nope. I dropped it 3 times.
You just bounced. Yeah. And I took the same approach that I took when you were just coming up there hanging out. Like, if I push you, you will move away. So I just like, no, you're a responsible person. Just let her do the thing. Once you come back, we'll be here. The Þetta Reddast. Þetta Reddast. Sorry, I'll use the rolled R. And anyway, I don't know if that made a difference or not, you just having space, but it was like, because I ignored her once, and she came back, I'm not trying to ignore her, but she just said, I'm done, goodbye. I was like, I know what that means, because I've done the same thing, so let me just give her space. And then, you came back this school year, and you're back again. Again. I was like, maybe this time. Yeah, let's see what's up. And then you have proceeded to submit more evidence of learning than I've been able to record for one single student yet. Now, this is not a popularity contest. It's not a comparison, because comparison is the death of joy. But y'all need to know that Beck's whole life as far as I can tell on paper, has been writing songs, singing, learning to play bass, guitar, ukulele, etc. That's been like your entire life, from what I can tell, because you play more than I do. Like,
I mean, I used to do concerts for my mom when I was like 10, but
nice.
I didn't really pursue it until I came here. So sorry, I'm getting really sad.
Anyway, I just wanted to acknowledge that because, like, I see the hard work that you're doing, and here's the next part of it. It's the hard work you're doing. I haven't taught you a fucking thing. Have I? Like, I might have shown you a chord here or there, or put your finger here and there, but I didn't build what you are. I didn't. You did that. I texted you last night, said I'm very, very proud of you. My happy little elf, you're done awesome and stuff like that. And you said, I'm so thankful has you a teacher. I didn't do anything. I didn't.
Yeah.
You did it. You built it.
I mean, if you weren't there, it wouldn't have done anything. So.
Yeah, I opened the door. Sure. I opened the door, but I sure shit did not build the stuff that's on the other side of it. That's you. And another point too, and I think I said this. Maybe I said this at the concert the other day. But like every time we've been writing songs together, some of us, we usually workshop the lyrics, and it takes weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. Everything she submitted, I've been like, I have nothing to add. I got nothing. The only thing I do add is like maybe more than 2 chords from time to time. But that's not a criticism. I just like harmony. That's it. So anyway, main philosophy: one cannot teach anybody anything. You can only show them what they're capable of, and then try to let them do it. It's kind of like saying a chef feeds people. No. Chef can make the food. People feed themselves. You built the foundation of the musical house you're living in all by yourself, and through quitting and dropping out and skipping and so forth, it all worked out. It's like you're the Nutana metaphor. It's what the whole school is here for. You wait until they're ready. You don't push them, and then when they're there, you just try to be the wind in the sails, and that's it. But you're the boat. Anyway, why am I focusing on Beck? Because she done. She graduated. That's it. Bulbasaur's clapping. No, Bulbasaur. Clap normal. Oh, and Bulbasaur. Okay. Anyway, thanks for letting me pay tribute to you there. I know it's awkward for other people to talk about stuff, but like, man, the journey has been bonkers. And I tell you what, the level of music and the quality of it that you've put forth in this last year. Now what do I do? You know what I mean? Who's gonna fill that void? Void. So, my challenge to the rest of you is, we're going to keep on rehearsing, like every Friday. It's going to be a bit of a wait as the new quarter gets going, because I still have to pull people out of classes. It's going to be a bit of a wait. I was telling Nick about this earlier.
Ooh, we're getting fresh meat.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, no, it's a semestered class, so no, we're not. Cairo's going to join us. Cairo is a legendary singer. You've heard her. She's unreal. Lydia was supposed to, and then she moved to Victoria to continue her adult life as she's studying hairdressing, I think. Yeah, hairdressing.
Oh, okay.
And Fiona, I'm still trying to do the same thing I did with Beck, just wait till they're ready. But Fiona is, she's A tier. She'll be able to do the lead vocalist thing. So and Chris will be back too. There's a couple of hip hop dudes who need to that happen. Farhong should probably come and rehearse with us more. You heard her the other day. But there's a couple of critical people. Hunter is like the main bit. You are the wild card. You can do it all. Drums, bass, guitar, vocals. This whole thing is gonna hinge around like
Ukulele.
Yeah, ukulele. we're gonna rely on you a lot, man. You'll be I'm trying to get as many people in here as I can and see who can play what and whatnot, and see who comes into the building. But you're gonna be a big part of that. So take care of your afternoon class so I can keep on pulling you out to make it work. And Nick also lead vocals. We're going to write some songs together, right, buddy?
Hell yeah.
And, of course, grad is on the 28th of April. Beck, we should collaborate on that because I know you want to.
That's my birthday.
April 28th is your birthday?
Yeah, that's really funny.
Right on.
I digress.
Anyway, Beck, let's collaborate on that with maybe singing something at grad. I'm not sure what the grad's going to look like exactly, but either way, that's your grad date. Emmanuel, we're going to start looking at how to memorize music. Luca, You're always welcome within the four walls of Nutana. That's it. I'm talking too much. I'm sorry, dudes. Extending the last Zoom meeting way too long because it's hard. I've actually kind of enjoyed these. I haven't enjoyed not spending time with my kids, but you guys have been awesome. Truly. Truly, madly, deeply do. What song is that? What's that from? Savage Garden? Doesn't matter. Anyway, I may or may not have ADHD. But it's definitely manageable. Okay, so you know what to do now.
Yeah. One last time.
Come on, Hunter. Come on, Hunter.
Come on, Hunter.
Do it if you want to. Yes. All right.
Wait, someone should take a screenshot.
I can't.
Tabella and screenshot.
I'm trying to. But I can't do.
Use your elbow to take a screenshot.
I'm on a Mac, so I have to do it with a click and drag. There. How about this? Does that count? Can I do this instead?
Yes, you
Why not?
can.
That looks a little odd. How about this? Voids. Okay, hold on. I'll see if that worked.
I'm gonna cry.
I'm crying.
Where is it?
Screenshot, screen capture.
We're still doing that.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes me happy.
Yeah, me too. Anyway, thank you for spending a solid 2 hours with me here. 2 hours and 9 minutes to be exact. I'm going to post this one later so I really don't want to have to repeat this information a billion times. It's like, yeah, we're not doing Zoom meeting. Go watch this thing if you can't figure it out. That's it. So, thank you very much, everybody. Þetta Reddast.
Fucking master.
Yeah, I know, dude. It's all good. Oh, I have a gray hoodie too.
Like you're gonna die. It's like go into your secret compartment hoodie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god! Take a screenshot of that. That's beautiful.
Hold on. Let me see if I can do this. Put Bulbasaur in here.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
Does it fit?
We'll make it fit.
If it doesn't, I will make it fit.
There is no plan B.
Why not?
It'll work.
Give or take.
know what's a good one? Is you take a clear pot lid and put it in your. This one always entertains the kids. You put a clear pot lid in there.
Oh yeah.
Close it like that, and then you just have like this. Anyway. Okay. That's enough. I love and support all of you. Beck, thanks for leading the ship. Hunter, thanks for being the coal in the furnace room of it. Y'all, thanks for being the inspiration to keep doing it in the first place. I can't do it. Luca tried to teach me this the other day, and it's like... And then...
There?
There.
And then...
Full screenshot of it.
No. No.
If I ever see you randomly in the street, I'm going to be like, Luca, show me the thing. And then you'll be like, who is this homeless man? This is my... No, this is my favorite one. You know, you can do the bloods thing.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah.
No.
But, you guys remember this?
Oh my god.
If you turn it upside down, it's boop.
Oh my god.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.